Welcome back to this market special election exchange. We have been speaking with Ashish Somaiya, the Managing Director and CEO of Motilal Oswal, and we are now being joined by Ashwini Gujral as well to check out how the market indices and stocks might move next week now that there is a big political sentimental boost. Ashwini, welcome to the show. What's your sense for the Nifty for all of next week?
Good afternoon, Lata. I think while sentimentally on Tuesday we could open higher, but it's not really an economic news flow in my opinion. So possibly, as somebody was saying, that now all the risks are out of the market becomes most risky when that happens. So while we could open higher, 9100, 9120 previous high may get tested, but beyond say next 2 or 3 sessions, the market will again try to hunt for more economic news, earnings news in order to move forward. So while we could make a new high, whether that is sustainable or not, that only time will tell, and that is what I would be watching for on Tuesdays, to see how many sectors and stocks finally manage to hold up their gains by the end of next couple of sessions.
Okay, that's a fair point. I'll come to you for the levels and stock ideas as well. But Ashish, I wanted you to come in on that. What is the risk for this market now on the upside? Because everything seems to be smooth sailing so far, but any risks lurking on the horizon?
So, I think market has been watching clearly for earnings. Maybe I'm repeating myself, so the results is something which is going to be very, very important. Of course, US commentary matters a lot as well in terms of what data points they share with us. And the other, on the other hand, if you really look at it, there's not been much data available on demonetization. People have just been guessing in the dark that, how will it play out, how will it not. Now, one of the things, it might sound a little far-fetched, but what I think is that this will also be seen to be like a verdict on demonetization, because there's more than 20 crore people in UP. Yeah. Let's say 10 crore were eligible to vote. Let's say 6 crore voted. And let's say some 2.5 to 3 crore people voted in favor of BJP, maybe 40% plus. So it's not like a small number, and if somebody wants to, so market has, when there is no data, then any data is welcome. So this can also be seen as all is well kind of verdict as far as consumption or rural or job creation and those things are concerned. I'm not saying that is enough data. I'm just saying where there is no data, people can read into it.
Okay. Well, I'm interested that Ashwini said, that the Tuesday top is there, but will that be sustained would be a question. Ashwini, you think this can be a March 4, 2014 kind of thing, where you make that new top, but you're not even able to hold it? You don't see the market at least moving to, say, a 9,000, 9,200 or a 9,100, 9,300 band?
See, if I am a seller, if I want to sell, what kind of days would I sell? New highs, everybody is positive, bulls are high-fiving. So, anybody who's been selling from 8,000, I think will get a very good opportunity to sell at 9,100 also. What I'm saying is that the market level is 9,000, it is not 8,000. So, a lot of it is priced in. The question for me is how much is not priced in? So this was clear for the exit polls. It was clear if you spoke to anybody in the market. So let's see how much does this sustain, because this is not really an economic news. This does not mean Tuesday onwards economic reform starts with gusto. I remember 2007 when this nuclear deal was signed. It was like now Samajwadi is in the camp. Now there's all clear for economic reform, and nothing happened post that. So this is a lot of kite flying which is happening. Maybe they could change their stance and see that electoral gains are different from economic reforms. All kinds of conclusions can be drawn. So buying at 9,100 and repenting later on may not be a good strategy. You must wait for some amount of bad news to hit before you go whole hog into the market.
Oh yes, you must make that important distinction between a political victory and economic growth. But Ashwini, for next week, we expect the markets to open higher. So what would your top stock ideas be that people can trade on the upside, or even if you have something on the downside?
See, Yes Bank has held on consistently almost at new highs. So chances are stocks which are already at new highs will perform even better. So Yes Bank, we are looking for a target of 1650, not next week, but maybe in the next, say, 1 to 2 months. Similarly, you have something like TVS Motor. Out there, we could expect targets of 500. And Supreme Industries, which has broken out last week, maybe infrastructure push, etc., that could see targets of 1300. These are all month to 2 month type targets.
Okay, nothing on Reliance?
See, Reliance has already had a very large move. Now, you can't have a large stock moving from 1050 to 1500 in 1 month. So possibly some consolidation at 1300 before it moves on. So maybe Reliance will also participate sentimentally, but I think it's a little overbought and needs some consolidation before sustained gains.
What would your top sectoral bets be?
So I would say it will stay with the leaders, in the sense that you would still have the banks and the financial services. You would still have maybe the autos and two-wheelers and those kinds. So I personally don't expect too much rotation to happen immediately, because there has been paucity of earnings and fundamentals. So I think that the initial move won't be there.
Okay, so go with the running horses. That's the message from Ashish. And watch out on what happens at the fresh all-time highs. That's the caution message coming from Ashwini. With that, we wrap up this special coverage. Thanks for watching Election Exchange, The Market Verdict, and stay tuned to CNBC TV 18. Lots of news and updates follow.